بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We're starting this session on ESNT members blossom internationally. And really, you are very happy to see our ESNT members spread all over the world, to Africa and other parts of the world. And I'm sure that everywhere they go, they have the capability to make a difference. So this is actually the celebration, and we're all happy for that. And this is the brilliant idea of Professor Ayman al-Rifai. And I will leave the mic to Professor Ayman.
Thank you, Professor May. I think our pleasure and honor that our ESNT members are now taking prestigious positions in prestigious international societies. This is actually, and their contributions, I'm sure that it will add a lot to this society. We are all proud of them and expecting a lot from them. Thank you and congratulations to all these members.
Okay, so now each one of our sparkling stars in the sky will tell us about his vision and plans. So we start by Professor Hany Hafez, President-elect of the AFRAN.
Thank you very much, Professor May. It's a big honor to be presenting this to my dear colleagues. As you know, Egypt internationally is the oldest civilization. So it is not strange that Egypt again takes what it deserves internationally. Professor Rashad Barsoum, our international idol. He was the secretary of the International Society of Nephrology for many years and the first AFRAN president. And in this picture, I see my dear colleagues from right, Professor Tariq Fayyad, that I'm delighted to have his wife with us today, Professor Maya Hasaballah, and Professor Ghunaymat, Dr. Samia, Dr. Dina, and myself, Dr. Kamal Okasha. And I see also that we tried to go to the international pathway, not now, but maybe a few years ago, when we invited the whole group of the TTS, the Transplant Society, to be with us in the ESNT in February 2019. So we started this road 3 years ago. As you know, the current president nowadays is Marcelo Kantarovic, and the old president is Professor Heberal. And by going to these international steps, it's an important step to move forward toward cadaveric. Again, the registry, which was a dream, bringing Ronald Pisuni, who is now on the camel, seeing the pyramids, came true by Professor Maya Hasaballah by the 2019 and 2020 comprehensive report. And now we moved from having no data about nephrology to international data presenting everywhere. So this is again a pathway to internationality. On myself, I started to be the chair of the Egyptian Fellowship Program from 2009 to 2015 for 6 years. After that, I decided to go more to my wider atmosphere, which is the Arab board. And nowadays, I'm chair of the of the Arab Board Nephrology and of the Arab Board Internal Medicine exam. And these are examples of the exam that has been in Libya, in Iraq, and in many places. And when you ask, where is Hany, every time you find him in one of these Arabic countries. I went to the Middle East, and this was by Professor Heberal support, and nowadays I'm the Secretary General of the Middle East Society of Nephrology. But what I really admire very much is my new position now in AFRAN. And I will speak a little bit about AFRAN, the birth of AFRAN on the evening of 28th July 1987. By the way, 28th July is my birthday, 1987. A coach transported 50 nephrologists from 17 African countries to the Royal College of Physicians building in Regent Park. And Robert Trial, who was there then the president, made a steering committee, and the General Assembly asked the steering committee to continue as the first executive committee and selected Rashad Barsoum as the first president of the AFRAN. And since then, these are the AFRAN president, as you see, coming from different countries. I met Professor Dazé from Côte d'Ivoire 2 months ago. Professor Rashad, all of us saw him in the opening, of course. My late Professor Maher Fouad is the second Egyptian to be the president of AFRAN in 2002. Professor Anthony Weir, Professor Abdou Niang, who is here now with us, then Hubert Yao, and then I will take from Yao later on. So as you know, the sequence of these congresses is one French-speaking country, followed by one English-speaking country. So the last one was in Côte d'Ivoire, 2021, and the next one will be in Cairo, 2023. I say it Cairo because the French tell it Cairo like that. AFRAN publications started by Professor Maher Fouad, who was an editor for a long time for the journal, and now we have the AFRAN newsletter and the AFRAN activities on the registry, and we have a very active Dr. Gawad, who is doing a fantastic job on the web, on the media, making AFRAN, everybody knows about the AFRAN. This is an example of the AFRAN renal registry, and this has been presented in the last year by Professor Abdou Niang in the World Congress of Nephrology 2021 as an example of the solidarity and the interest of AFRAN in presenting registry. What is the AFRAN present objective? The principal purpose shall be to promote the development and to establish the scientific identity of African nephrology. For this purpose, AFRAN shall organize, support, and sponsor the following activity: holding a regular congress in an African country, produce a journal on a regular basis, improve the nephrology education in Africa, establish relevant registries, promotion of prevention strategies for kidney disease in Africa, in which we have so many infections, so many traditional medicines, so many toxins, and environmental pollution. So we need to do much education. Promotion of research, specifically addressing a nephrological problem in Africa. For example, do African with APOL1 gene are more prone to develop renal disease or not? This is an example of what AFRAN should do. These are the many committees of AFRAN, and you will find all the chairs of them. Among these, Professor Hisham Sayed is the chair of the hemodialysis committee from Egypt. Dr. Rashad Ajouij is the chair of the peritoneal dialysis. We have web and media. Dr. Muhammad Abdel Gawad is the co-chair of the web and media. Professor Hussam Ismail, who unfortunately is not with us today because of disease of her mother, and we all pray for her, is the renal pathology chair. So we are there, Egypt is there, and of course with the support of my dear brother, Professor Abdou, I think we are doing a good job in these different committees. Together we can change African nephrology to the best. And this is an example of what AFRAN did in the COVID era, guidelines for the prevention, detection, and management of the renal complication of COVID-19 by different authors, including Hisham Sayed, Mohammed Salah from Egypt, myself, and many other colleagues Professor Abdou Niang, of course, Professor Sarala, and many people cheering in publication of this COVID-19. AFRAN the future. After 35 years, AFRAN reached adulthood. AFRAN continues to build a fruitful present. And AFRAN, our rules for the government, and starting by this Congress in a French-speaking country, in Côte d'Ivoire, and it will not end by the Cairo Congress in 2023 with the ESNT. AFRAN is sharing in the World Kidney Nephrology every year, 21 and now 22. Myself, I will be giving a talk about AKI in developing countries exactly after 6 days. It is already recorded, and I hope that you will hear it. The beauty of group work is that one hand cannot do this alone. So we are working as a group, and this is the charm. And I would like to say, to be international, please, the young generation, work hard locally first. And another message, progress is impossible without change. And those who cannot change their mind cannot change anything, according to what Bernard Shaw saw. So beyond the medicine and science, each of us has inside him something that he likes. هواية, حب لشيء ما. I approach our fellow human in a different way, not only medicine. Those who like music, those who like writing, those who like drawing, please don't forget this. لا تقولوا كما قال دكتور حمدي السيد لما سألوه في إحدى المداخلات. أنت بيقول لك أنا لما بمشي في الشارع بحسد اللي قاعدين على القهوة ما بيعملوش حاجة. طب why دكتور حمدي, you are so involved in medicine and you don't enjoy doing what you like? And this is example of what I like, writing poetry and writing in different languages. And I promote each of you to explore the human being in himself. Thank you for the kind attention.
Thank you.